Welcome to the Trap House Podcast. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe on all social media platforms. And now a quick word about our sponsors. We have Duke Traps with us. Check out duketraps.com. They manufacture over 40 different models of cage traps, coil and long springs, and body gripping style traps, as well as one of my personal favorites, the powder-coated dog proofs. Check out duketraps.com. Need a place to sell your fur? Check out Groenwald Fur and Wool Company. Over 50 years in the fur business, the largest and most experienced direct receiver of wild fur in the world. Check out their website, gfwco.com. Top Lot Stretcher Company. They have all the fur processing tools you need to get the job done in the fur shed. From push pins to wooden stretchers, they got you covered. Check out toplotstretcherco.com. And this one's for the ladies that don't mind getting their hands a little dirty setting some traps. We have Trapping Girl Inc. with us. Check out their website, trappinggirlinc.com. They have a great selection of women's apparel, kids apparel, baits and lures, and trapping supplies. Check out trappinggirlinc.com. J3 Outdoors. They make American trapping products designed for maximum trapline efficiency with products like the Hags Bracket and Spring Clip, as well as the Universal Lock and Beaver Rod ends. Get the tools you need to get the job done. Find out more at j3o.com. And there's only one true way to start out the day on the trap line, and that's with a hot cup of coffee from Trapline Coffee. They have great tasting blends to choose from, as well as chocolates. Head over to traplinecoffee.com for more. Weeby Knives. Check out weebyknives.com. They have a great selection of skinning knives, fleshing knives, fur handling tools, and they'll give you the edge you need to get the job done, and you guessed it, they're wicked sharp. Check out weebyknives.com. And we'd like to welcome the newest sponsor to the team, No BS Lures. Don't let the name fool you. There's more than just bait and lure. This company offers trapline tools and hardware, fur handling supplies, and the No BS traps. Check out nobslures.com. And last but not least, Hoosier Trapper Supply, home of the Top Dog Predator Bait, Jet Fuel Predator Lure. We offer a complete line of trapping baits and lures, deer scent, trapline tools and hardware, fur processing tools, and special package offers. Head over to HoosierTrapperSupply.com. All right, welcome back to the Trap House Podcast. We got two friends of ours here today, Matt and Jarod. They've been on Hoosier Trapper Outdoors. They've been on our podcast before. Some Hoosiers out there doing the Lord's work, trapping beavers, trapping coyotes, and even bobcats when they don't want to. So We're going to see what they're up to. They're getting some footage for us to put up on our YouTube page since we're pretty much stuck here, skinning deer and everything else. Wish we were in the field. But how you guys been?
Good. Busy.
It was cold. It was cold today, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been cold all weekend.
Yeah. So normally we have you guys on more to close the season out and kind of talk about how you did. But I think the reason we're doing this is we're going to have you guys have several shows for Hoosier Trapper Outdoors, and we just thought we'd kind of give it an introduction as to where you guys are at. You started out water trapping for beaver, and now you're land trapping. So
Yeah. We started out. We set for beaver. It's probably on a Saturday.
Right.
I don't know, a couple Saturdays ago, when we let him sit for. I think we had 4 check days.
Right.
We had to pull for a deer hunt, but we done well. We done very well on the beaver.
So are you river trapping, lake trapping?
Lake trapping.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a fairly big size lake. Hadn't been trapped in a few years, so
Okay.
they wanted some beaver out of there, and of course
You obliged them.
Yeah, we were glad to help. It was a little different trapping out of a boat, and so it was a learning experience for Matt and I both. But we had a ball. We had a ball, and in 4 days we done good.
So were you able to get in and out of the boat, or are you working from the boat entirely, or?
We were able to get in and out a little bit, but there were some times we just I had to stay in the boat.
Yeah.
And Matt would hang over the front of the boat, and I was in the back trying to keep it And he would say left, left. I said, dude, it's not that easy. But we managed and we had fun. It was fun.
So was that a privately owned lake?
No, it was public water.
Okay. Okay.
I was going to say that. I mean, it seemed to be you had quite the haul of beaver, so I know it wasn't a small body of water.
Right.
But
I'm not exactly sure how many acres it is,
I
but
don't know.
I mean, we could easily go around the whole thing in what, 4 or 5 hours
Yeah.
Okay.
with trapping. I mean, it was a big piece of water, but small at the same time.
So, any otters?
No.
No, none over there.
Really?
Yeah, we were kind of hoping to fill at least one of our tags, but no, we didn't get an otter over there.
Interesting. With no sign or just
I didn't see any sign.
Nah, no sign at all. There'd almost have to be some in there. We really kind of thought we might get one, but nah, no sign, no toilets. So we just kept on hammering beaver.
yeah, probably the bobcats ate them all.
Yeah, yeah.
that's awesome. So what the footage you guys were gathering, what kind of sets were you making, and what are the fans going to be seeing, I guess you could say,
Oh,
or viewers? I don't know if we call them fans. They're viewers, followers.
we used 330s where we could, and we utilized drowning rods, hags brackets, using TS 85s, and did really well with that setup. So we had some caster mounds that were huge. We set those up and we caught several beaver that way.
So you were setting pre-existing caster mounds. Were you
Well,
adding caster to them then?
So we did both.
Okay.
We made a lot of our own where there was sign and such, but most of the time it was either 330s and some runs or
Yeah.
85s, as well as we tried to set some dog proofs around a little bit, and we caught a few coon too while we were there.
Yeah, we weren't really setting on coon trails or anything like that. It's just if we pulled up to a hut, we would throw a couple dog proofs out if the area, if it had some good trees to anchor to.
Yeah.
And
Did that help keep?
we only caught one coon in a 85 in a
Right.
beaver set, so
Yeah.
we didn't have trouble with coon fogging up our beaver sets, which is
Yeah.
and that's surprising. Normally we have to fight them in our beaver sets, but
That was my question. What were you able to avoid the coons? So yeah.
pretty much just one.
That helped quite a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Heading them off. I think that's generally just a good idea anyways. If you're land trapping, it's probably maybe not quite as successful as that, keep them out of your traps, but I think it does help, so.
Yeah, we do that as well, but of course, as cold as it is right now, while we're coyote trapping, we're not having any issue with coon right now. So
Right.
we're hoping to have a little bit of milder weather, I guess, at least open water where we could get in some ditches. But right now, everything's froze up and we can't.
Yeah.
We're not going to fight the ice when our main target is coyotes.
Yeah, coon in a beaver trap reminds me of just walking up to a possum and a beautiful coyote set. It's like,
Yeah.
man, come on,
Actually,
guys. They didn't read the book.
Yeah, I bet everything's is froze up.
Just about. There's a few ditches that still have some open water, but after tonight, I don't know. It might.
had some, just the ditches with moving water is open around here. Some of the larger bodies of water that catches some wind still open, but for the most part, we're not being able to jump down in the ditches and do any water trapping right now. And we had plans.
Yeah.
We've actually skipped 2 pretty big farms on our coyote line, planning on the coyote, jumping in the water. But I don't know. We may one or the other. We'll probably end up doing before our vacation's over with. But
Yeah. I think
most
go ahead,
most
Jared.
of froze. Most stuff's froze up so hard right now. We're not going to fight the ice when we can get up there on the land and catch coyotes like we really want to.
So what are you guys using for keeping your coyote sets working?
Well, like I talk about all the time, I don't like using salt. So, and we made a lot of wax dirt, and I've got a lot of peat moss. So that's what's keeping our sets working.
Yeah,
and been working too real well. We haven't come across one issue yet where we felt like the freeze has cost us an animal. So we've been pretty fortunate there.
Yeah.
So everybody will be able to see this on the video, but you guys using peat moss and then just top dressing with wax dirt, or
Well, kind of different, Matt.
So what I've been doing, get my trap bed dug out. I put a little bit of wax dirt where the levers are going to sit, and then I fill that whole void with peat moss, and then I'm top dressing it with the wax dirt.
okay.
And what I do, I dig my bed and I fill the whole bottom with dirt, wax dirt, bed my trap, and then all I do is fill the inside of my jaws with peat, and then I do the rest with wax dirt, and then we've both been just lightly covering it with local dirt, to try to blend it in a little bit, just a little bit, to make it blend in a little better. But neither of us have any trouble so far.
Right.
With what we're doing.
And that very top layer is just probably a 16th, thick. It's not very thick at all.
Yeah.
If you get too much on there,
It'll frost over. It'll cake over and
give you problems.
Right.
But we haven't had that issue yet.
No.
So we what we're doing is working for us so far.
Yeah, we've done that before. We always sift the top coat on, and then we'll have a rain that'll get freeze, particularly if we're down south, and literally we're pulling cookies off the top of that trap bed. Just
Right.
it would be generally on top of cover holes, but yeah, you can just pull that cookie off and either leave it the way it is or put some more on. But
we'll probably end up with a little bit of that before it's over with. But so far we've been okay.
Yeah. As soon as the weather breaks, the coons will be in that.
Yeah. Possums.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of know right now that if they're going to move this week, it's probably going to be Wednesday night. So we're kind of planning ahead right now for that, and maybe throw out a few DPs to try to protect us from those. But you're not going to get them. I mean, and you know what? We're keeping coons this year, so if they're good coons, we're going to go ahead and put them up. We've already skinned a few coons this year.
Yeah.
Earlier anyway, so
I think you'll at least be able to sell them. So
yeah, we're all right. We're all right with you coons.
So how do you guys keep your dog proofs from getting frozen in the ground?
Just waller them out is what we've been trying to do. Just push them in and waller them out and make sure they're kind of loose, and really just kind of hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's kind of a bad deal when they freeze in. So
yeah, sure is.
Have you guys, since you've been trapping beaver, have you seen the new beaver shirts?
I did see those. Those are pretty nice.
Hey, I wear extra large, just
Okay.
Two.
Extra large. Go ahead and ship one. That's sharp.
You got to catch 500 beavers to get one of these.
How about 100?
Okay, yeah.
So what was your best day on beaver trapping?
16.
That's enough.
And
You skin them all?
that was pull day.
Yeah.
Jeez.
On 4-day-old sets, pull day 16. We were shocked.
That's great.
So you're thinking about going back and doing another run on that, or?
We kind of talked about it. We're just gonna have to wait and see what's going on, I guess,
And we've got a couple other areas for later on. After our coyote line, we got a couple other areas kind of saved back. So after coyote, we'll probably go after those more so than where we just was. But it's
yeah. Plus, we might try to catch a few muskrats too. So
Okay.
You got a lot kind
Yeah.
We need to retire.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, we do.
I was going to ask you, Jared, how many gallons water was in that lake?
How many gallons of water? Well, I'll tell you next.
Well, you didn't know acres. I thought maybe you knew by the gallon.
No, I'm on. Is
I have no
was
idea.
would it be 100 acres?
Probably more than that.
150, 200 acre lake. I mean, it was a pretty good sized lake.
Good fishing in there in the summer and spring?
Nope.
Yeah, right. Go ahead and drop those GPS coordinates, please.
Tell you what, you guys come down.
Best crappie spot, I guarantee it.
What's that, Matt?
I said, if you guys come down, we can show you where it's at.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, what did you guys end up with, beaver wise?
47 in 4 days.
That's a lot.
And
And we had 38 traps out.
Something like that.
I think we had 38 sets, not counting the DPs,
Right.
and 47 beaver.
That's
So
awesome.
Yeah, we were pleased with that.
So, are you guys skinning and freezing, or skinning and putting them up?
I've put up probably 3 or 4 or 5 beaver already, but pretty much everything got froze.
Yeah.
Everything got, and then,
Everything
And then froze.
froze.
Do you plan to put them all up, or you guys gonna sell them frozen?
And we'll put them up.
Okay.
And
Cool.
coyotes too. We're putting up all the good coyotes this year. We got a pile of them out there right now. We need to skin later on tonight. We had a good day today.
well, good for Indiana, we'll say that.
Yeah, for Indiana.
For Indiana, they're decent.
Yeah. They're about like the westerns back there.
Right.
Yeah. Wish they were like that.
Yeah, be something.
Yeah.
Well, just hearing you guys talk about it gets me fired up. I'm sick of it. I'm ready to get out there, man. It's driving me crazy.
Room, come on down.
Well, that's what we're going to be talking about after we get this episode over with. We'll find a date. So,
Yep.
So you guys got some. Well, I guess go ahead and give the numbers for today on your coyote line.
So today we had 9, and we had 2 doubles. Is that right? Or 3?
2 or 3 doubles today. Had a triple yesterday.
Yeah.
Had the cat today along with the 9.
Always forget about the cat. Forget to talk about the cat, but
He don't forget about it.
we
He
got a bobcat today.
But yeah, today was 9, and I don't know, for 3 days I think we're up to 16 or 20, 16, 18.
I don't know.
I don't know for sure what our number is total yet for 3-day check. But
For those of you that don't know, Indiana does not have a bobcat season. Hopefully in 2025 we have a season.
Hopefully.
And if we have a season, you're only going to be able to catch 1 per trapper. So you guys can catch 2, and then you'll still have to turn the rest of them loose.
Right.
Yeah. And that one today, we couldn't even get to leave. We got in the truck, backed up, came toward him, everything, and finally he ran in a culvert right under us. So I kind of stood guard while Matt remade the set, and just in case he came out of that culvert. And he was Tom today. So yeah, stupid things.
So he'll probably be in your trap tomorrow.
Oh,
I
probably,
hope not. Don't say that.
probably.
And that's an area we've trapped that farm for a lot of years. Never caught a cat there. And this year we catch a cat. So
That was really the last place we expected to catch a cat.
Really?
and it was
Yeah.
out in the wide open.
Yep. Out in the
Yeah.
wide.
So
And he was a good one. He had been a good one.
it was a good one. Yeah. We try to avoid them there's places we don't set anymore because we've caught cats in the past, but now you're catching them everywhere.
Right.
So,
I mean, there's definitely places that when you set it that seem a lot better for cats than others, and I'm sure that they are, but they just have this random nature about them too that you're just not sure where they're going to show up. It's
Yeah.
Could be anywhere.
yeah, I know when we're trapping Arkansas, for instance, the later we go, the big toms are just running everywhere. You know, they're traveling looking for females, and there's no consistent from year to year. I mean, where we catch one last year, we probably didn't catch one the year before. You know, it's just odd. So
Yeah.
most of that ground would be considered good cat habitat, but as far as just consistent year in year out places, there's really not.
Right.
When we first started going down there seemed to be, but not
Right.
not in the past 6 or 7 years. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, no, most of the time when we catch one, within the next day or two, we have another one.
Yeah.
You know, in that location. So we'll probably have to deal with another one there in the next day or two, but we will. We'll get past it.
so the cat that you on Facebook, was that yesterday with the double up that was doubled up with the coyote?
if I posted it today, it was probably today.
I was thinking it was yesterday.
Probably yesterday then. Yeah.
So there was that cat in the photo. Of course, it was in the background. That thing looked like it had awesome spots all the way around it.
Well, that would have been today.
Okay.
You talking about the coyote cat double?
Oh, the coyote cat double. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That was from a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay. That
Yeah.
cat looked awesome.
That was a
I
beautiful cat.
yeah.
But
I remember seeing the original post a couple of years ago.
that was a catty location too, though, kind of.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was a shame because that was a big, beautiful cat there.
Yeah. So have you noticed on areas that you catch? We've talked about this before, but I guess I want to know if you're still seeing it. Areas where you're catching more cats, there's less coyotes.
Yeah. And we've got to the point where we're trying to avoid cats altogether. So it doesn't really work because we're still catching them.
Yeah.
But we have a few spots like last year. We caught 3 cats and only 1 coyote. So yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I think that there's a lot of truth to that. If there's more cats, there's less coyotes, which I wouldn't add either.
No.
So
Yeah.
I think there is a little bit of truth to that.
Yeah, it's just kind of competing for the same food source and just kind of having their own
territory, and
yeah. Too much crossover, a little bit of crossover, obviously, but
Any red foxes?
But I've got pictures of some on camera, but we've not caught any yet. I'll give a shout out to Tyler Shields here in Linton, Indiana. First fox he's ever caught.
First predator.
First predator ever. He caught it at his house, and it was a gray fox.
Oh my gosh.
Caught it yesterday.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him. So, but
I saw that online actually.
He's super excited.
But no, we haven't caught any fox.
No, not this year, not yet.
And I'd really rather not, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did he catch it? Was that close to town or was it out?
Fairly close to town.
Just on the outer edge of town.
So,
The ones that on the very rare occasion that one happens to show up around here, it seems like it's more urban than.
Yeah. You could probably call this urban. It's just on the edge of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're not as thick as they used to be, I guess. So if we catch one, we try to turn it loose.
Yeah.
So
I think generally most trappers do that if they catch one, you know.
Yeah.
I know we're kind of jumping all around, but I want to kind of go back to the water a little bit because I'm curious. We've never other than kayak and stuff like that, we've never trapped out of a boat. What size boat are you guys running?
It was about an 18-foot long River John, about 6 feet wide at the top. We could get up and move around. It was my brother's boat. We borrowed it off him and had a electric start 99 on it. It's a sweet boat. In fact, we might try to buy it off of him.
It was real good.
Or we're just store it for him, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was big and comfortable. We weren't a bit worried about moving around in it. I mean, that one day on pull day, we had 16 beaver and all the traps and gear in it. And
Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, and we didn't even worry about it. We didn't even think about it.
That'd be a good retirement boat, Matt.
Yeah, I think so. I'll ask the wife.
She's already, I can already hear her saying no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do the setting? Put that on there. If setting one leg in the boat and one leg out, just kind of
Nope, that don't work.
didn't work. Too tall.
That don't work.
If
Well, I can't do the splits, Justin. So when that boat starts to push away from me, it's over.
I was hoping you had good footage of something like that.
Reaching around, trying to do this or that out of the boat, and you got to hold your lure bottle.
Somebody drops him.
That's
drops him.
That's not a good thing.
And it was my coyote lure that he took out of the box and didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Dropping coyote lure? Where were you doing coyote lure in the boat?
He uses the beaver lure.
Don't kick.
Oh, that's right.
I call it his skunk kicker, but that's it was a stump kicker.
Hey, by the way, I finished up one bottle today on the coyote line.
Yeah.
All these remakes just eating it up.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to rebottle it and just give it a different name just for you.
I can.
We'll coin it.
We'll come up with a name for it.
All right. It's probably a little before your time, or probably before your time. But did you guys ever know or hear of a guy named Pete Wilkerson?
No.
I haven't.
Okay, he was ran the White River trapping, and back in the day, I mean, he was one of the main trappers on the river. He always trapped out of a canoe, and they'd several hundred muskrats and everything that would go along with it. But just Justin thinking about or talking about running with one leg out of your boat, and he would essentially do that, kind of just straddle the side of the canoe. And the way I understand it, he had a friend that I'd actually ran with a couple times who was my age. Pete was older than us, but I didn't trap with him. I just went with him a couple times on White River, and he trapped out of a canoe as well. I had a motor, a 3-horse motor on it, but that was back when you could go down the river and catch muskrats, no problem. You just set a trap up in a root wad and you'd catch a rat. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Now you couldn't do that if they're just not there. So
They're not. I promise you, if we were in a canoe, we'd have turned it over.
Yeah.
In this mess. But there was a couple days that week I had to work, and Matt run the boat and done it all himself for them 2 days, and he made it work. So it wasn't a canoe. So
yeah. I also had
that makes it pretty rough too, just by yourself.
Yeah.
Pulled up to the bank and I had a coon caught. I didn't pull the rope up with me. I dispatched the coon. I turned around with the coon in my hand, and the boat's starting to drift out. So I dropped the coon and had to run after the boat. So, those fun times.
Yeah.
Did you ever pull
a pistol in the water too? So that was.
What kind of pistol you use?
I was using a Ruger Wrangler.
Okay.
So that's what that was.
That's why we use those Rough Riders that are like 99.95. So if they fall in the water, we don't really care.
Right.
Today, I have a little Heritage Arms. I've had for years that it's been through the wars. Today, I was having to reload, and it actually fell apart on me. We had to stop and put it back together.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's functioning okay, safely.
We have it.
He dug his pocket knife out of his pocket and was screwing the screws back together.
Yeah, we have to make things work where we're at. So.
Yeah. You got to adapt and overcome. So
Have you ever drove the boat up to the bank and just kind of left the motor on a little bit so it's just pushing into the bank the whole time so you can get out?
Yeah, we done some of that too.
Yeah.
Over there on that lake.
Go ahead.
We were eyeing the river today, the White River you spoke of a while ago, and we talked about that a little bit, maybe here in a year or two, or we'd like to maybe try that just for fun. I know it'd hurt our numbers elsewhere, but we think that'd be a lot of fun trying to jump on a river and do that.
Yeah.
And whatever else we could find.
Yeah. I think generally too that you can just go as long as you got a put in point and a takeout point and coordinate the vehicles, of course. But
I think high water level here is access points there.
There's the people that do it. There's not an issue as far as I know.
I wouldn't think so. Most of the time, they wouldn't even know you're there.
Right. The cool thing about that too that I always think about is that other than floating debris or trash or whatever, it's pretty much the way it was 200 years ago.
Yeah. We're on one property right now that there is a huge rock wall, and there's a name for it. I can't remember. I've been trying to remember for 2 years, but I'm sure a lot of Indians sit on that rock wall and done whatever they do.
Yeah,
it's a cool place.
Yeah.
I mean, if we weren't out doing what we're doing, we'd never even see that.
Right.
You guys come down with us, we'll show it to you.
Okay. Yeah, that would be cool. I always think of that when you're out wherever, and you run across someplace, and I guess when we were in Kansas most recently, well, of course you'd see the same thing in Texas or wherever, but cottonwoods that are, who knows how old they are. Of course they can grow kind of fast, but they also, giant cottonwoods, and they'd be like it by a water hole or whatever. And you just like think about all the cowboys and Indians prior to that were in that spot that saw those trees. And it's just, and other than maybe some of the grazing cattle, that area, those generally look like they did a couple hundred years ago.
Yeah. Just imagine if that great big cottonwood could talk.
Yeah.
Stories it could tell.
Yeah.
That it has seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. We stop everyone. Got a place we stop on our line and look at them great big trees. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. So, hey, is that Mexican restaurant still in business?
Yes. We just talked about it.
We'll be there.
Yeah, that's old Mayo down there at Lions.
Yeah.
You guys won't trick me like last time. That was
Matt wanted to, and I said
that was a lot of food.
If our buddy Rodrigo's working down there, we'll talk to him.
Yeah.
I walked out of there waddling like a beaver. I mean, I was packed.
It was good though.
It was good. Oh man. Well, that's good. I'm looking forward to getting down there.
Yeah.
We're ready for you to come.
Yep.
We're waiting on you.
We got the coyote out, and
all the coyote line is set. We're just got a few more here and there, maybe add or
fill-in spots.
But minus the 2 big farms that we didn't set this year, it's set. Go ahead, Charlie.
Pretty much the same line you had last year.
Yeah, pretty much. Two or three new stops.
Yeah.
But other than that, minus a couple big farms, it's about the same line. Like I said, planning on jumping in the water quite a bit during this time also, and I don't know that we're going to be able to
Yeah.
The weather,
because of ice.
the weather caught us, so we're just making do with what we got.
Right. It's kind of unusual to have this cold of a snap this early, particularly as mild as it was prior to this. So,
Yeah, I'm wishing it was still that mild. Matt's saying, "No, we're good." So
I like the cold, but I mean, I like the water trap too, but that cold weather really gets the coyotes moving. So
it does.
Yeah. I can deal with cold. I just can't deal with wet cold. I hate mud and slop.
yeah, we did run into a couple landowners today while we're out on our line, and one of them even went with us on a few checks and showed us a few other spots, and so that was nice. And the one landowner caught us right there with the double, so we was able to let him kind of help run the camera and get us both in it, and had a good conversation with landowners. So it was a good time.
Yeah, that's good. That's important, and they know that you know what you're doing, and yeah. So
yeah, anytime you get a chance to kind of stop and just talk to the landowner for a little bit, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And one of them said, "Well, I've been waiting on you. I've been looking for you." I said, "Well, we've been here for a few days." He said, "Well, you must be pretty sneaky because I haven't seen you." He went along with us for a little bit, and
yeah,
it was fun having him along.
Talking about sneaky, did you guys have traps stolen?
Yes, two. Well, we had the coyote stolen.
2 coyotes stolen. So
What?
Back to back stops.
Back-to-back stops. So called the CO. They're working on it. So,
But with this little dusting of snow, it's plain as day. You could see them pull in 2 sets of boot prints, walking over there, big pile of where they've dispatched the animal, and then gone. Two stops in a row. It's kind of our filler spots. You know how we like our little pull-in filler spots.
so they took the coyote and left the trap.
They gained absolutely nothing from this.
That's a wise move right there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
We may end up pulling those. We might roll with it. We haven't decided. We left him for now.
Have you tried any of the 550 pros?
No. We talked about that today. He said the next dozen traps he buys will be those.
Yeah,
So
I'm on. They're a good trap. There's no doubt about it. So
yeah,
I'm going to go. My next traps I buy is going to be the Duke 550s.
I think this is starting the 4th year, I believe, that they've been available. 4th for sure. So
Yeah.
I mean, the track record's good on them so far.
Are you selling a lot of them?
We do sell a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the chain's a little bit lighter than an MB, or the swiveling, but
Yeah.
it's plenty strong enough. You just got to make sure that they're good to go, like you do all traps. So
yeah, we've actually used some extreme juniors this year, and I'm kind of liking those right now. They're a bigger trap. You got to dig a little bit bigger bed, but man, they bed solid. And I'm kind of liking those right now.
you guys using the 4-coil or the 2-coil?
Some of both.
some of both.
Okay.
4-coil, I'd rather have the 2-coil, but obviously. But
So the 4 coils, the only reason why they're not 2 coil is because I didn't take those springs off yet.
Oh, I got you.
With our wax dirt and the peat moss, we don't need a 4 coil trap.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, they're just a pain to set.
They're tough. They're pretty tough.
Can you set them with your hands, or you guys just
Yeah.
sadders? Or
yeah, just hands. Which luckily, I mean, the bulk of them has been 550, so
yeah,
we've only had a dozen or so of the juniors.
holes.
Yeah.
Guy calls in here today, and he's asking about the 650 Dukes, which I think the base plate or the base of that trap's 8 inches, so it's like 1.5 inches too big for Indiana.
Yeah.
going measuring the other way is just fine, but the hinge to hinge is just way too much. And I think he was calling from Illinois, and he wanted to make sure the inside jaw spread was legal for them. And I went out to measure one. It's like, man, that was a beast to set that thing. It's of course it's full coil, and I'm getting old, and I would not want to fight that.
So was it legal for them over there in Illinois?
Yeah, because they only measure
One way.
yeah, whatever it is perpendicular off. So
Yeah. Huh. Well, good for them.
yeah, I mean it's definitely not legal in Indiana. It's not even close, but you can't even argue it. You know,
That'd be a big target area for them to work with. Yeah, when we go to the Dukes, we kind of have to be pretty precise on our little guides and stuff. We have a few little tricks we use to get them to set exactly where we want.
right?
But once they're in there, they hold.
Yeah.
And those are all 1 3/4 offset 1 3/4 Dukes, and
Okay.
they hold.
I think they're only like, I don't know, an eighth or a quarter of an inch smaller than the number 2. They're fairly close in jaw spread size, if I'm not mistaken. Prior to
Are you guys getting out and doing any trapping?
not yet. Hopefully,
Not yet.
hopefully it's soon. So
I'm thinking about setting just like 2 or 3 farms around here for some coyotes, just to scratch that itch before we head out to Texas, and
Yeah.
we got a lot to gear up for. But running with you a little bit's going to help that too.
Yeah.
so you guys planning on going to
We're looking forward to that.
Kentucky?
That's kind of still up in the air, whether or not how things line up. I've had a couple family things come up that I'm going to have to deal with next year, and I might have to burn a little bit of my time. So right now it's kind of up in the air whether we're going to be able to or not. But
Okay.
for sure, that's long-term plan.
Yeah.
For sure. But we hope to make it down there, but not sure if we're going to be able to or not.
Okay.
Well, cool.
As soon as we retire, we can, though.
Somebody's just holding it up.
Yeah, somebody.
Jarod, how much older are you than Matt?
How old are you?
49.
4 years.
Okay.
4 years older. I'm 53.
Okay.
So I'm eligible right now where I work. So I'm just waiting on his wife to let him.
It'll probably be a while.
Couple.
Probably.
Well, you see how the retirement thing's working for me.
Yeah.
You need to retire again.
Yeah. Yeah. So
He'll never retire.
I'll
In
never
his blood.
I'll never fully retire. I still like coming to work. So
Yeah.
He loves coming to see me every day here.
yeah, see Justin. Still like the people to come in. So
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for jumping on and kind of filling us in. Definitely looking forward to getting down there, and can't wait to see the footage. Really, we don't take the time or have a lot of opportunity close to work to do like a serious water line. So that's always refreshing because a lot of our channel has been, land trapping. So it's nice to see something a little different.
Yeah.
We
Say that, man, I had fun. That was a ball getting back in the water and do a little water trapping.
Yeah.
It's still up in the air for these next couple of weeks. If we can get in it, we're going to.
Yeah.
Still,
What was your biggest beaver? Did you weigh any of them?
We weighed a few, 57 pounds, I think was the heaviest.
That's a good one.
Several that were
50.
50 and 52, 54.
I'd like to know the overall average. We only had 4 or 5 small ones.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
The rest of them were 45 plus. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Several over 50.
Yeah.
Several 50.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
yeah. It was fun. Maybe next year you guys come down and run on that with us.
Yeah. Come down.
Got enough room in that boat?
So I think you do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's a big boat. We got plenty of room.
Okay. All right. We'll see how that we'll see how that goes. You were doing that right during deer season, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's early deer season.
Yeah, I think we should just quit doing taxidermy, Charlie, so we can actually do some trapping during this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you soon.
Okay.
So,
looking forward. I'm sure everybody's looks forward to seeing all the footage that you guys have taken. So,
But we and still getting more.
good deal. Good deal.
cool. Hopefully, capture some embarrassing moments of Matt or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We got to go viral somehow.
Well, I didn't talk about he busted a whole bottle of Vixen elixir in his
I'm out.
lure bag.
Bring me some when you come. I'm out.
Okay,
Bottle.
how'd you do that?
I tried to spoon up and save it, but that's not working. You come down, bring me some more Vixen.
All right, no problem. You just set your bag out there and they just come to that.
Yeah, well,
That's an idea.
I guarantee it stinks bad enough.
Don't contaminate your traps now.
All right, well we'll take care of you.
That's in my bait bag. It busted in my bait bag. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Not in your main equipment bag.
Yeah, not my bait bag.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll catch you guys soon. Everyone, share, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff to help us out. And we'll catch you on the next one.
See you guys. Thanks.